2-day series webinar. Now today we'll go for your roadmap as a .NET developer to AI engineer in 90 days. So how we can transform from a regular backend developer to AI enabled full stack developer or AI engineer in 90 days. And the interesting thing is, no Python, in advanced maths, you need small statistics, and it will be 100% C# and .NET. You do not need to switch the track from C# to Python. So everything is on .NET platform, and you can do it using C#. So yesterday, I had explained you so why now? So why now? मैंने बताया था आपको. So let us have a small recap of day one. So first is AI is everywhere. Every company is integrating AI into their production services. So .NET is AI ready. So Microsoft is investing heavily in AI tooling for .NET developers. And now, so .NET is AI ready. So your skill transfer. So you already know C# and how to develop the web applications or backend of a web applications using ASP.NET or ASP.NET Core. You already know application architecture skill, debugging of application, design patterns, deployment of applications, so many things. So you can utilize all those skills to design, develop, test AI applications. Your skill became a foundation for an AI developer. Today we reveal the complete step-by-step roadmap to get you there. So आज हम देखेंगे step by step, so how you can go from .NET developer or backend developer to AI engineer without Python, without advanced mathematics. Now, this is the hard truth. So, few things that you need to record in your brain. The industry is moving. So, with or without you. So, industry is changing, industry is evolving. So 72% of the companies plan to integrate AI into their products by 2027. So 3x faster hiring for developers with AI skill versus traditional .NET roles. So faster hiring for developers with AI skills versus traditional .NET developers. Now 45% of a developer job posting now mention AI ML as required or preferred skill. So industry is moving. So with you or without you, the question isn't if you should learn AI. No, it's fast how. So how fast you can start. Fine. So it's not optional thing. Now it's becoming mainstream. in app development career. So you should have AI ML skills. Salary gap that I don't need to tell you, you already know that. So in general, so developers having 2 to 4 years of experience will get the 4 to 12 lakhs per annum package of that, for 6 to 12. So same experienced developer with AI skills or ML skill can earn around 15 to 30 lakhs per annum. And if you become full-fledged AI ML engineer, so it's again 20 to 45 lakhs per annum. Now here, what we can say is, so AI ML is not only required to sustain yourself in the IT industry, but it also required to grow in career, to grow yourself in a career. So to grow yourself in a career. Now, what's stopping .NET developers? So many .NET developers are thinking they want to go to AI ML. They want to switch the career from .NET application developer to AI ML. But whenever they think they research, they inquired about it, they always get one input. I don't know Python. So I need to quit entire .NET and then I need to start from scratch, from learning the Python to becoming experienced developer in a Python or AI or ML engineer Python. And that is hard reality. So if you switch from the .NET to Python, so you need to start from scratch. And it will took you at least we can say 12 to 14 months to get on the track, not equivalent to your experience level, only on the track. So you need to learn many things from scratch. And this is the major hurdle. So whenever a .NET developer thinks I want to upgrade to ML AI, the first thing they think I don't know Python. Now we have designed one roadmap, and around this roadmap, we are planning to launch one course where you don't need Python skill to be a AI or ML engineer. So everything that we implement in this course will be using C# and .NET. So using C# and .NET to them. So AI needs heavy math. This is the second hurdle. So many of us may have a mathematical background, but it's long before. So we studied the math before 10 years, 12 years, 8 years back. And maximum of us learned the mathematics just to clear the paper or to get the university degree or for exam only. So this is the second hurdle. So AI needs heavy math. Now here, so not for application developers, we focus using AI, not building it from the scratch. So this is partially true that you need heavy maths. If you want to be an AI researcher, if you want to build all the models from the scratch, ML models from the scratch, so you need mathematics skills. But right now, the situation is we have many built-in models already developed by MNCs, big corporates, and those are available to us. So we do not need to build or start from scratch. So we have the OpenAI, we have the Gemini, we have the DeepSeek, so we have the cloud. So many, we can say, models are already available. If you go to cloud, we have Sonnet, many models. We can also use the GPT 3, 4, 5. So you did not need to start from the scratch, and it will automatically nullify the requirement of the heavy mathematics to implement the AI or ML based applications of that. Fine. Now, third major and common hurdle if you want to learn anything or if you want to do anything additional than your day-to-day work or activity. So the third hurdle, that is the logical hurdle, so I don't have time. Now, in this case, it's different. In this case, if you inquire for AI ML course in any institute or any, we can say, educational organization, so they will tell they will have a diploma course around 12 months or 14 months. So 12-month diploma course took at least 15 to 16 months to complete. So why so? Because they start from scratch. They start from basics of Python with heavy mathematics, then building models from the scratch, and then it will take you to next level. So it will take more than, we can say, 12 plus months. And you don't want to wait for that clear thing. So, but we had designed this curriculum, of course, in such a way that you can transform yourself from .NET developer to, it is specially designed for .NET developer. It's not for Java developer or any other developer. So it's designed only for .NET developer. The developers will have at least 2 to 8 years, 10 years of experience on .NET platform. So in 90 days, we had structured this particular course or training. So you just need to spend 1 to 2 hours daily for 19 days and will transform you from a backend .NET developer to ML and AI engineer. So fourth hurdle is, I don't know where to start. That is again very confusion. So where to start? Whether I should go for supervised learning, unsupervised learning, should I learn the machine learning, should I learn the deep learning, should I learn the llama, should I learn the RAG, should I learn the agentic AI, should I learn generative AI, should I learn this and that. I had already explained these terms in first day. So what is agentic AI, what is generative AI, what is LLMs, what is MCP, so what is ML, what is deep learning. So here you don't need to worry. So don't need to worry because that's why, exactly why we created this roadmap. So I'll show you how you can achieve, so how you can transform yourself from a backend .NET developer to a ML AI engineer. So we have solved all this. Let us show you how. The solution, a complete 90-day roadmap built for you. So 15 carefully sequenced topics. So we had identified the 15 topics, arranged them in a proper sequence that take you from where you are today to a job-ready AI engineer using only the tools you already know. You do not need to learn the Python or heavy mathematics, or you do not to switch from a .NET platform to some other, we can say, technology. Fine. Now, so it's divided into 4 phases. 15 topics, 5 hands-on project, more than 20 plus case studies, and 1 capstone project. So your challenge will help you to implement. So we can say mega project. So let's explore this. So what we have here. So how will be your 90-day journey? So first phase will build the foundation. It will take 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 2 hours per day from Monday to Friday. If you go for weekend, so it will be Saturday, Sunday. So it will be around, we can say, 2 to 3 hours Saturday, Sunday. Now phase two. So core skills. So in a phase two, we'll build the core skill. So it will take 4 to 6 weeks. So in the fourth and sixth week, so from fourth to sixth week, we'll cover the fourth, we can say, core skills. Now for advanced skill, so from week 7 to 9. So around, we can say, 9 week and maybe 2, 4, 5 days plus minus. So you will be ready for so phase four. And in the phase four, so that will be 10 to 13. So we will cover how you can make yourself production ready. So how you can make yourself production ready with that. So in short, I can tell you, so what we'll cover. So intro to AI, dev setup, ML.NET. So ML.NET is in, we can say, framework using which you can implement machine learning models using .NET, C#.NET. So we'll go for the LLM fundamentals, advanced LLM concepts, so generative AI here, prompt engineering, ChatGPT and OpenAI, how to integrate GTP models and OpenAI models in your .NET applications. So we'll study them detail. So AI in ASP.NET, so how we can work with the AI in ASP.NET code. Now embeddings and vector search. Now RAG. So I'd already explained you what is RAG, what is LLM, what is prompt engineering, what is ML. So advanced RAG concept. Now AI agents. Then we'll cover security and cost. That will make you production ready. So how to secure your AI, plus how to optimize the cost, because cost is a big concern today when you want to implement AI. Now, Azure AI, that is the most interesting thing that we are going to learn. So even those persons, though, or those students going to Python track, they also need to learn the Azure AI and vectors and embedding. Now, then we'll have the final, we can say, mega project, so capstone project that we have. Now, during these chapters, we'll cover more than, we can say, so 20 plus case studies, 5 projects, and 1 mega project with that. Now, interview preparation, which include your resume building, translating your resume to be ready for AI or ML engineer. So each phase builds on the previous, no skipping, no gaps, no confusion. Fine. Now let's explore every phase. So what we have in phase one. So from first to third week, we'll build the foundation. So build your AI knowledge base and set up your development environment. So here we'll learn about AI. So understand the full AI landscape before writing single line of code. So AI overview and history. Then we'll go for so ML and deep learning. So classical ML, neural networks, and when to use each approach, and various algorithms, supervised, unsupervised, so reinforcement, GAN, so CNN. So we'll cover that in ML and deep learning, and we'll implement it using C# and ML.NET. Then generative AI in LLMs, that will cover. So GTP, so what is GTP model? What are the limitations? What are the features? What are the parameters? What are the tokens? So what are the transformers? So we will cover this in generative AI and LLMs and the technology behind ChatGPT. Now then we'll cover the agentic AI and MCP, so AI agents, model context protocol, and local AI models. I'll cover the ethics and responsibility, so bias, privacy, transparency, build AI with the right way. So they will have look at all these concepts, and a few of them I had already explained to you in previous session, but in previous session I had covered only small part of it. So here we'll learn them in detail. Now then we'll set up the development environment. So one thing that I want to make you clear, to use the AI, so we need a Visual Studio 2026. And this is the reason that 2026 is there in the market. So it is AI powered ID with ML.NET Model Builder. So Microsoft had transformed the Visual Studio. It made AI powered ID with ML.NET Model Builder. Now, then we need to use .NET 10 SDK. So we'll not use older versions. So .NET 10 SDK had many latest framework for native AI and ML support. There are many technologies using which we can build a native AI and ML applications. Then we can use the VS Code also for few, we can say, demos. So you can use so we should be familiar with the VS Code because those are working on Linux or Mac platform, they will go with the VS Code instead of Visual Studio 26. So OpenAI API access, how to how a OpenAI works, how the gateway to, we can say, GPT models from C Sharp. So how to communicate, how to work with the GPT models from C Sharp for that. So we'll build the configurations, we build all required files. So during this development and environment setup of that. Now other accounts, so here we'll create the other account to use enterprise AI services. We can also create it when we start with Azure AI. So development environment setup. Now important thing that we do is we need a Visual Studio 2026 and .NET 10. So throughout course, we need to use this. So you should be a little bit familiar with .NET 8. So if you a little bit familiar with the .NET 8, then no problem at all. So .NET 10 is just similar. So next version of it. Now, then we'll start with the ML.NET. Actually, we'll learn the ML.NET framework. So machine learning in C Sharp. So no Python required. So we can implement all types of model, including supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement, GAN, CNN. So we can implement everything using C Sharp and ML.NET with them. So here we'll cover what is ML.NET, Microsoft's open source ML framework for .NET. Now, then we'll learn how to build the model. So we use to extensions for no-code model training. So then we'll learn data preparation. So how to prepare data, loading data, cleaning data, preparing data to train your model. Then we'll train and evaluate the model. So once we got the data, we'll train that model using that particular data and we'll evaluate the accuracy with changes. We'll check the quality. So many things are there. Now, if everything is absolute, everything is up to benchmark, then we can deploy that particular model in an API. So consume your trained model in AS.NET Core API. So that will cover in, we can say, topic 3. Now, then we'll implement one project in ML.NET. So you might think it's very, we can say 5 topics. No, it's, when you go to the detail, it will take many hours to cover. Now, then we'll implement milestone projects. So we'll create sentiment analysis or any project. I'm just giving an example. So we can do the sentiment analysis project using ML.NET. Your first AI project. So build sentiment analysis model that classify the customer reviews as a positive or negative entirely in C Sharp. You don't need a Python, or you don't need pandas, you don't need, we can say, Skykate, or you don't need anything from a Python code. So we can do it you entirely using C Sharp. Now create a .NET console or API project, then we'll prepare sentiment data set, then we'll train classify model using ML.NET Model Builder, then evaluate the accuracy and improve, expose the REST API endpoint and test with the real world data. So this is one example of a project that we are going to cover once we finish with the ML.NET. So we can have another project also, identifying the spam or not spam mails, or identifying the cat and dog images. Fine. Now, so after phase 1, you understand AI, your tools are ready, you have built your first AI ML model in C Sharp. So after this particular phase, you're done. And the phase 2, that starts from week 4 to week 6. So here we'll cover the core AI skills like master LLMs, prompt engineering, start building AI-powered .NET apps with them. So here we'll cover fundamentals of LLM. So understand the engines power, the AI revolution. So how AI revoluted or revolutionized using LLM. So LLM architecture. So what is context? What is tokens? What is parameters? What is transformer model? So high level, no heavy maths. You don't need to worry about the mathematics. So we had designed in such a way that you don't need to go in the core of the mathematics of them. So then we learn tokens and temperatures, so how models process text and control output creativity. Now, pre-training versus fine-tuning. So when to use each approach for your use case. So based on the scenario, the problem that you are solving, here we decide which one to be, which model to be chosen, and how the training will be given, how to fine tune the model of them. Now implement some real world, we can say, use cases like chatbots or code gen, summarization, translation, essay writing. You can implement any kind of thing here. Now then we'll go to the prompt engineering, the most in demand AI skill, and you can master it fast. So zero shot and few shot prompting. So in day 1, I had given small introduction of this. So technique that control AI output quality and consistency. So this is the technique by which we can control the output quality and the consistency of that. System versus user prompts. So architecture of the chart-based AI interaction. Secure JSON output. So how to get the secure JSON output. Force reliable type-safe responses for your C# API. Now prompt patterns. So various patterns in a prompt for chatbot summarization, code generation, and I will share you some proven templates. So the common templates that required in 99% scenario. You just need to fill in the blanks and those templates will work for you. Now, once we finish the prompt engineering, so we'll go for, we can say GPT and OpenAI in .NET. So connect your .NET apps towards most powerful AI models. So OpenAI versus Azure OpenAI. So we have the two options here. So Azure OpenAI and OpenAI. So OpenAI is, we can say, you already know open source model for that. And Azure is on the cloud. Choose the right platform, startup versus enterprise. So what you need based on the use cases, chart roles and history. What is the role of the chart and how to maintain the chart history, system, user, assistant, build conversational AI. So the AI that will communicate with you step by step. That will help you to solve your problems. Model selection. So which model is preferred for your use case? So what are the number of tokens, parameters? So what is the temperature? What is the context they have? So we'll study all the, we can say GPT models, so GPT-4, GPT-40, GPT-40 mini. So here we'll also learn the cost impact and the capabilities of every model. Now then, so we'll go for getting started in C Sharp. So you already know that, so you don't need to worry about this. So we'll integrate the, yeah, it's a NuGet package, API keys, your first AI call. So which NuGet packages we need to install, so how to generate API keys, how to integrate your API keys into your application, and then how to uh, send a prompt to any of this model and process the response from this particular model. Now, this is where your .NET skill become more superpower. So integrating AI in each .NET core. So that's the seventh package. So here we learn semantic kernel. That very, very important skill that we need. So that we haven't covered yesterday. So Microsoft AI orchestration SDK for .NET. So you can say it's similar to the kernel of your operating system. So this is the kernel for your, we can say, Microsoft AI. Now, so AI powered APIs. So post or chat, pass prompts, get intelligent responses from your AI core app. Function calling. So let's say I call your code and external APIs. So that we can do using MCP that we had learned in day one. So dependency injection and the middleware is required for this. So production patterns, logging, error handling, resilience. Then we'll go for JSON schema output. So types of structural responses for your C# models. So these are the major topics that we are going to cover in integrating AI in AS.NET Core. Then we'll create an application. So AI powered weather and database queries. So build an AS.NET Core API endpoint so that accept user prompt via post or chat. So routes to OpenAI with the function calling enabled. AI decide which external API to call, whether database etc. Process and return structure JSON responses includes error handling, DI, logging, and middleware. Now after phase two, so you can build the AI-powered APIs in C# and integrate any LLM into your .NET application. So literally any LLM model, not only the, we can say GPT, so you can integrate any LLM model. Now then we'll go for, so you are halfway there by week 6. So you shall be ready, be more valuable than 90% of .NET developers. Most developer won't learn AI for another 2-3 years. So you should be ready in 90 days. Now we'll go to the phase 3 that start from week 7 to 9, where we'll cover the advanced AI features like RAG, embedding, vector databases, and AI agents. The embeddings and vector databases that will cover as a topic 8. The technology behind semantic search and intelligent retrieval. So what are the embeddings of seeking them? So convert text to numbers and capture meaning. So happy is close to joyful. This is the example. Semantic search, so find content by meaning, not just keywords. So that will do massive improvement. So right now in .NET applications, we do the search using keywords, not by meanings. So semantic search will enable the meaningful searches. Vector databases to store and query millions of embedding in milliseconds. That is the power of vector databases. So we'll cover everything about the vector databases. तो यहाँ पर एक हम डेमो भी करेंगे. So convert text to embeddings and store it into vector databases, search by meaning. Now then we'll go for the RAG, so retrieval augmented generation. So make AI answer questions using your data. The hash one enterprise AI pattern. So how RAG works that we already know, check, split docs, embed. So we learn how to do the chunking, how to do the embedding, vectorize, how to store vector DB, and retrieve, find matches, and generate AI answers with that. So we'll learn everything here. So chunking, embedding, storing, retrieving, generating. So we'll cover two types of chunking, fixed and semantic. So we'll do the keyword search as well as meaningful search, or vector search, we can say. Now here we'll create a small project on RAG. So answering PDF. We'll upload any PDF and we'll ask the question to the AI, and AI will learn from that PDF and it will give you the answers. And we'll do it using ACE.NET Core. Then we'll go for advanced RAG in the production architecture. So end-to-end architecture. So client, API, semantic kernel, LLM, vector DB plus SQL. Now we'll learn how to create end-to-end architecture for your RAG applications. Caching and scaling. So how to do the caching, how to do the scaling, which will reduce 40 to 60% cost. How to do the horizontal scaling. Metadata filtering. So tag and chunk for precise targeted retrieval. Handling hallucinations. So yesterday I told you one example of hallucination. So grounding, citations, guardrails, and output validation. So that comes in handling hallucinations. Now evaluation and testing. So here will measure relevance, accuracy, and prompt effectiveness. And topic 11 will go for AI agents. So the cutting edge. So that the latest trend that we have right now. Agentic AI. So autonomous AI that reasons and takes the action. Now here we learn tool and function calling. Agent decides which tools and APIs to use to accomplish tasks, multi-step workflows, how to design multi-step workflows using AI agents. So chain actions for complex tasks. Memory and planning. So remember the context and plan before acting. Semantic kernel agents. So build agents in native C# with plugins. So you can build the agents here. So AI agent that reads data, calls APIs, and respond intelligently. They will do one project of them. So phase 3 complete. So you can now build enterprise grade AI applications. We are enterprise grade ready for building AI applications. So rack system, semantic search, AI agents. So these are the skill companies are paying top dollar for right now. Fine. Now the fourth phase that will be 10 and 13 weeks. So start from 10th week and go up to 13th week. So where will make you production ready as well as career ready. So here we learn secure, deploy, build your own capstone project and interview preparation. So the first thing that we learn security and cost optimization. So how make API key security, never expose keys, environment variables, Azure key wallet, .NET user secrets, how to encrypt your keys, how to protect your keys, rate limiting. So protecting misuse or abuse. So APIs from abuse or runway cost in is important for cost monitoring. So track token uses, set budgets, optimize prompt length. So prompt optimization. So use smaller models for simple tasks. I'll say 60 to 80% API cost. Now 13, we'll go for Azure AI. So deploy to the cloud. Take your AI applications from local host to production. So Azure OpenAI service. So we'll learn here about this. So Azure OpenAI service provides you enterprise grade GPT with compliance, SLA, and data privacy. Azure AI Studio. So we'll learn about this. A visual platform for building and testing AI applications. Then learn deploy your chatbot application or any application that you develop in, we can say, your capstone project. So here we'll use the Azure App Services plus CI/CD pipeline. So we'll have little bit. So here we'll cover ML ops. So we have the day ops for your applications. Similar way, we have here ML ops, machine learning ops. So that will cover so how to we can see use continuous integration and deployment for ML and AI based applications. Then we'll learn how to go through application insights to find out the bottlenecks, uses, many things, logs. So here we are assuming that you have developed a chatbot. You can develop any application. So chatbot goes live on Azure. A portfolio piece companies will notice. So this will be your own capstone project that you can add in your resume or demonstrate to the, we can say, company. So in this particular project, we'll build one-to-one end-to-end project for your portfolio. It can be any. So AI knowledge assistant, just I'm giving some example, rack powered Q&A for your organization documents. So we can create resume analyzer. It will pass the resume, match candidates to job descriptions. Now AI code assistant, so review code, suggest improvement, generate docs, or write code for you. So customer support bot, so intelligent chatbot using your knowledge base. So you can build similar kind of project. So live project in this particular topic 14. Now, each project includes front end that will be a Blazor or React. So you should have at least a small knowledge of React, and it needs the AES.NET Core API knowledge and semantic kernel and other deployment that will cover in this particular course. Now, at the last thing that will do is interview preparation. So land your AI in your role with the confidence. So AI technical question that will cover on LLMs, RAG, embeddings, agent. Nine will cover the scenario-based questions. So design an AI chatbot for system design with AI. So resume building, so highlight your capstone, list AI tools and frameworks. So we'll transfer your full stack or backend developer resume to AI or machine learning. So we'll guide you so how to do that. Here are some questions, sample questions like what is RAG? When would you use it? So how do you handle hallucination in AI systems? Explain the difference between fine tuning and prompt engineering. How do you secure the AI API keys in production? So this 15 topic is based for your interview preparation. So it covers everything that is required for preparing yourself for the interview. So after 90 days, what you should walk away with 5+ real AI projects built in C# for your portfolio, full stack AI skills, LLMs, RAGs, agents, embeddings, other deployments, so how to deploy your AI applications to others, so other services, production ready. Now then interview ready. So prepare for AI engineer roles, AI engineer or ML engineer roles. AI powered resume. So showcase your capstone project and other projects and use cases that you had implemented. And we'll get at the end, we'll get the certificate of completion. So this is the structure of, this is the step-by-step roadmap of 90 days from a backend developer or full stack .NET developer to AI engineer. Now, why this is different? So it is going to cover 100% C# and .NET. No Python, no language switching. Use what you know. It will count your experience and skills. Now, no math required. So practical applications, not academic theory. We are not going to work like a researcher. So we don't need math. We need small statistical function like sum, mean, max, mode, median, somewhere. That is only in ML.NET. Later on, we don't need them. So no math required. And I will tell you those functions, small statistics that we cover. Now, practical applications, not academic theory. Now, here's a 90-day structured that I'll already shown you built for working professionals, 1 to 2 hours daily. So that I already told you, so 5+ projects, 20+ case studies that will fill your portfolio. So it will make your portfolio production ready. Other deployments, so from code to cloud, we are not just writing the code and running it on the local computer. So we are going to deploy it in the other cloud. And you'll get the community support. So peer grouping, mentor, doubt clearing, and sessions. So there is one thing that you need to remember. So AI wave won't wait for you. Companies are hiring AI engineers now. Your .NET skills are the perfect foundation. So you don't think. So 90% .NET developers are thinking that .NET is getting absolute and what I will do in future. So AI will eat my job. No, it's not going to happen. So if you are skilled developer, having problem solving skill, you have a little bit knowledge of system design, or we can say design patterns and some architectural knowledge. So it will build a perfect foundation for your AI career. You just need the AI layer. So you need to add one layer on top of it. So 90 days from today, you could interviewing for AI roles. So early enrollers. So that's the thing, no problem. So we provide the mentorship to all students, and not the thing that will provide only for early comers. Fine. Now this is the roadmap that I told you. So if you have any questions, so you can ask me. If you have any doubt or query in your mind about the AI, machine learning, what will happen,